Welcome back to day 6 of our session. We have come a long way and we're going to learn another two postures today, that is Vrikshasana and Tadasana. You must have heard of them before. They are two standing balancing postures. Okay, so we'll get to them after we complete our power warm up. Let's begin. So, once again, take your stance. By by now you must be pretty comfortable with the postures, so you can start implementing the breathing techniques. 6, 7, okay, 8, 9. Of course, when you go faster, it becomes more difficult to keep the breathing pattern in mind. Once again, 1, 2, 3, back straight, knee straight. 4, look up. 5, contract your glutes and your abs. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, hang down. 11 and 12. Another 4 to go. 1, 2, back straight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Last 2. We begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 11, 12. Okay, so now I have completed 6 as usual. Take a break, hydrate yourself. Right. So like I said, today's posture is standing and balancing. So I'll give you a few tips which may help you with the balance part. Okay. We'll begin with Tadasana and then proceed to Vrikshasana. Since they are balancing postures, I will also tell you a bit of the breathing pattern and where to concentrate on. Okay, because in balancing postures, actually usually in postures we try to concentrate on different chakra points, but since this is balancing posture, I prefer if you focus on the chakras, because you tend to look around and then after you go out of focus and lose balance. So I'll tell you where to. Okay, so we'll begin with Tadasana. Before we begin with the postures, there's one small tip for you all, which can be used, for any standing posture. That is your foot placement. Okay. Usually, when we're doing any standing posture, we begin as and where we are, directly lifting off the other leg or shifting the weight on the foot we want. But if you want a proper footing, what you have to do is something I call fanning. Okay, just look at my feet. Okay, I'll show you first with my hand. I place my great toe first. Okay, fan out the rest of the toes, place them, and then place my heel. Okay, so it's medial, fan out, and lateral. I'll show you all again with the foot. Okay, so I place my great toe, I fan out the smaller toes, and then laterally pressure, then the full foot down. Okay, so this helps in engaging all the plantar muscles, that is your muscles of the foot. Therefore, it increases the surface area. That is one thing. It also increases the efficiency of the plantar foot in contracting and maintaining your balance or the weight of your body. Okay, so you can use this in any of the postures involving standing and balance. So we'll start with Tadasana. In Tadasana, what you have to do is first stand straight. Okay, hands to your side. For beginners, keep a gap of somewhere around 15 to 10 centimeters between your feet. Okay, you can keep it at least up to 30 centimeters if it's very difficult initially. Then you can progress and make it narrower. Okay, the narrower it gets, the less the base of support and the harder it is. Okay, so feet around 10 centimeters away apart. Okay, hands together. I'll shift the camera up. Okay, hands together, and then breathe in as your hands go up. Okay, breathe in and then raise your heels off the ground. Okay, when you're doing this, as your hands go up, you breathe in. Once you're up, you hold your breath or you continue normal breathing. What I would suggest is beginners hold your breath, because there is less excursion of your ribs, so there is more chances of maintaining better balance. And for people who are used to it, do normal breathing, because you are used to the shift of your weight of your ribs. Not shift of the weight of the ribs, the shift of the ribs forward backwards. Okay? So like I said, 10 centimeters apart. And also the higher you raise the heel off the ground, the more difficult it gets. So initially you can just lift it about 5 centimeters off the ground, then you can increase to your max. So we'll start hands together. Okay,
invert, go up, breathe in, hold your breath, raise your heels off the ground and stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now heels down, take your hands down, breathe out, okay, and then hands to the side. Now I spoke about the breathing pattern. What is left to tell you is where to focus on for the chakra. Here you would focus on the Mooladhara chakra. Okay, this is a chakra which is present around the coccyx. The coccyx is where your base of the spine is, around here. Okay, base, the end of your spine, that's your coccyx. So you focus there while you are balancing. So your attention is not diverted around, and it will help you focus better. Okay, so we'll do it once again. Breathing pattern and focus. Also, if you're doing it on a yoga mat, and the yoga mat tends to be a little bit soft, so you try to do it on a normal ground surface, level surface, and then you can do it on a yoga mat. Okay, so hands together, invert, breathe in, up, focus on your Mooladhara chakra, that is at your coccyx region. Okay, normal breathing or hold breath according to your practice, and raise your heels off the ground. You're supposed to look straight ahead. Okay, for those who are more experienced and who wish to make it more difficult, look up at your hands. This makes it more difficult. Okay, and right now you're relying on other senses to balance. And down, and breathe out as your hands move down, and hands to the side. Ideally, you have to perform this around 10 times. We'll do it around 5, so another 3 to go. Okay, take a few breaths, deep breaths, in, out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, normal breathing. Once again, clasp your hand, invert, and take it up over your head. Stop, hold your breath, lift your heels. Focus on Mooladhara chakra. And relax, come down, hands down, exhale slowly, make it right, and hands to the side. Okay, this exercise is actually very good to tone your posterior chain of muscles, that is your calves and your hamstrings, and it is also an excellent exercise for those with ankle instability. Okay, if you don't know whether you have ankle instability or not, try to think about how many times you trip and fall accidentally within a month. If it's a lot, then you probably have ankle instability. And
preferably it's better if you start doing exercises for your ankle, and if it's a lot, then you need to maybe visit a doctor, because it's not as simple as strengthening sometimes. Okay, and we'll do it again. Did it 3 times, I guess, so another 2. Again, 10 centimeters apart, and to the side. Then clasp your hand inward, take it up, breathe in, lift your heel off the ground, hold your breath, concentrate on Muladhara Chakra, that is at your coccyx region. Coccyx region as in end of your spine at the bottom. And come back down. Exhale. Bring your hands down. Make them right. Hands to the side. Take a few deep breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. There are different patterns of breathing for relaxation. I prefer diaphragmatic breathing because it gives me an instant effect, sort of. Okay, so if you have any other patterns that we follow, feel free to use them. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, and take few normal breaths. And we'll practice Tadasana for one last time. Okay, hands to the side. Then clasp your hands together. Inward. Raise it above your head. Breathe in. Lift your toes off the ground. Lift your heels off the ground. Hold your breath. Concentrate on Muladhara Chakra. And come down. Take your hands down and exhale. Make the hands right. Take them to the side. And that's it for Tadasana. Next is Vrikshasana. Okay. For this, I have a technique for. I mean, it's not a technique. It's just making it more simple for beginners. That is, go towards a wall. Okay. Again, remember the foot placing. Toes, fan out, place. Okay, it's really important if you have balance issues or in general to improve your balance. Okay, go to a wall. Place the opposite. If you're lifting your right leg, you place your right leg, hand on the wall. Okay, on the opposite, the same side. It's a lateral. So. Okay, so I'm lifting my right leg, so I will fan out the left leg, place, okay, hand support, lift the right leg as far as I can and place it on the
medial aspect of the left leg. Medial aspect of the left leg. Okay, as high as you can. Eventually you have to pull it higher, but for now, as high as you can. It can go around your knee also. It's more than enough. And stay. Okay, stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And slowly take it down and hands down. Okay. During this posture, the whole posture is to be done with normal breathing. There's no inhalation, exhalation, just normal breathing throughout. And we are supposed to focus on a chakra called as Agnya Chakra, that is at the center of the forehead. Okay. I don't know why I feel Agnya Chakra is more like a tongue twister to me sometimes, so it slips up. Okay. So I'm just gonna say center of your forehead from now on. So now we'll do it the other side. Okay, to the back. So this time I'm lifting my left leg. So I'm going to place my right foot, fan it out, place, and then lift my left leg up. Okay. So hand on the wall. Keep it an arm's distance so that you don't lean this way or that way. Okay. Fan it out, place, and lift your left leg. Place it wherever comfortable. Okay. Now normal breathing. Focus on the center of your forehead. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down and down. Okay. Now we'll make it slightly more difficult. That is moving further away from the wall, and this time just using a finger or two. Okay, just a finger or two. And every time try to push off. Push off. Okay. So we'll start again. This time right leg. So fan out your left leg, place, lift it. Okay, wait. Hands on the wall. Okay. Fan out, place, lift, place as high as you can. Okay. 2 fingers, bob, off. Okay. Push off. Focus on the center of your forehead. Push off, and in between try to stay off the wall as much as you can. These balancing exercises are really good for patients with balance and coordination issues, people with Parkinson's. So try, we even use it actually for rehabilitation. Okay, and down, relax. The other side, same thing. Plant, rotate, place. Firm. Now hand place on the wall. Take the left leg as high as you can. Plant on the medial side of the right leg and push off. Push off. Bob. Rhythmic. Focus on the center of your forehead. Agnya Chakra. Normal breathing. Don't hold your breath. Don't breathe rapidly. Okay, and place it down. Now we go still further. That is, we're going off the wall. For those who are still not comfortable, use the wall. For those who have better balance, this is for you. Okay. Hands to the side. Okay, plant the leg which is going to be on the floor first itself, that is toe, fan out, plant. Okay, so I'm going to do my right leg first. Lift as high as you can, place. Okay, no need to go high, just as far as you can. Okay, it can be around the knee, and then put your hands together in a namaskar and hold this posture. What is going to happen with beginners is they tend to put the knee in an oblique manner. Okay, it has to come eventually like this. Initially, it's fine to do this, yeah, but over time, try to push it back. Okay, this will come only with the right stretching exercises. That is the reason why we are doing Surya Namaskar every day. Okay, as high as you can. Namaskar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another thing that is going to happen is that some people will tend to lean to one side. Okay, this happens when you have weak core muscles or weak hip muscles, flexors, extensors, adductors, abductors all together because they're all working at once. 9 and down, hands to the side. Okay, we do it on the other side. And go a little back so you can see better. This time left leg, so right leg, place, fan out, plant it into the ground. And we begin with the left leg as high as you can. Place, be comfortable. Okay, and namaskar. Focus on the center of your forehead. Normal breathing. And avoid talking to people because that kind of breaks your attention. I have two, others don't understand. If your if your knee goes oblique, try to push it as far as you can behind. And relax, hands to the side, foot down. Okay, I will make this even more difficult. Okay, this time rather than just taking it in comfort zone, take it as high as you can. Okay, this time use your hand, pull it up, place it at the base of your thigh, opposite thigh. See, I'm doing my right leg, so it's at the base of my left thigh. So it's here, and join your hands, making it more difficult. Take your hand above your head. Okay, and normal breathing. Focus on the center of your forehead. And stay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And bring your hands down and place your foot on the ground. For those who are still on the first step, don't try to jump directly to the last step. Okay, try to go stepwise so that you are reinforcing your balance as you're going along. Okay, no shortcuts. So we're doing our left leg this time. Place, rotate, plant the right leg. Then lift your left leg as high as you can. Plant it in your base of the right leg. Okay, hands to the side and make a namaskar. Take it overhead. Focus on the center of your forehead. Normal breathing. Again, knees towards the side. For people who want to make this more difficult, you can change the surface of the base that you're using. Say right now if you're on the ground, you can take your yoga mat, do it over that. Okay, to make it even more difficult, fold your yoga mat so it's a thicker soft layer, and that makes it more difficult. Basically, more uneven and more unstable the surface is, the more difficult it becomes. So that is if you want to challenge your balance.
That's all for today. So once again, our first posture was Tadasana and second was Vrikshasana. Try to practice this in the morning tomorrow again with your breathing pattern as well as focusing on the chakras. Okay. If anyone has any questions, feel free to send me a message and I will get back to you as soon as I can. We're done for today. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow at 5.